Hello, Colin, Sandy from Sandy Audiovisual here, and we're going to take a look at the LiveExpert LiveMixer from 3D Storm. If you remember the MIDI doll from ID Crom Video, or was part of Pepe's beta, or just used any of these MIDI products before, they've made a lot of really good improvements. The documentation has at least the English documentation has, I think, some improvements to be made. And I'm going to step you through that stuff so you don't have to go through the grief that I did. Even though I was a beta tester for MIDI doll, I think this is a much better product, number one. And number two, despite that knowledge, it still threw me for a loop trying to actually follow the directions. But here we go. Anyway, the LiveExpert, we had a version of this that was premiered at NAB 2014 that allows for remote control of your TriCaster's audio, and it also allows let's see, some presets to be triggered depending on dB levels, so you can have auto mixing by which mic is live, etc. So it comes in this kind of mint box here, and on a USB stick. So you load up the USB stick. There are two versions of it. There is the online version, which is called LiveMixer add-on, and then there's LiveMixer remote. We're going to look at LiveMixer add-on, right? And we're also going to use it here with the Behringer BCF 2000. That's the fader version of the two Behringer MIDI control surfaces. So I'm going to exit here from the TriCaster's interface, and we're going to go to add-ons. Right? You'll see in my add-on list we have LiveMixer as an add-on. Right? Okay, so this just becomes another program, kind of like your virtual studio editor, or VSE, or your animated frame buffer editor. Another add-on here, which is LiveMixer. Right? Very straightforward. You have a bunch of tabs at the bottom: setup, test MIDI, start, stop, about, deactivate, and close. Well, the first thing that you'd have to do is activate the software, put in the serial number. You can activate online or through the telephone and then manually type that stuff in. Now, here are the two things that you need to know to get this up and running with the Behringer in particular. The first thing is the kit comes with this Roland USB MIDI interface to UM1. And great interface, but you have to make sure, see if I could get a shot of it here, that you see these two buttons that say tab and comp for computer. That's tablet mode and computer mode. You want to make sure that here on this little switch, it's set to tab. When it's set to tab, it doesn't require drivers. If you try to load the drivers for this on, the TriCaster will reject it, be generally unhappy, and the system won't work anyways. So again, this is just a simple USB to MIDI. You can see the MIDI plugged into the back of the Behringer here. Simple USB to MIDI interface. But make sure that thing's on tab, or you won't have a good day. The other thing to do is make sure your Behringer is in standalone mode 4. Right? To get to the different modes, you take the store button and the edit button, press them together, and you'll see it goes into this edit mode here. Right? You take the leftmost encoder. Right, let me zoom back a bit. Take the leftmost encoder, and you'll see it go from USB mode 1, USB mode 2, USB mode 3, USB mode 4, then standalone mode 1, 2, 3, and 4. You want it to be on standalone mode 4, or S4, right? So you want it to be here, right? And then just hit the exit button, right? Once it's there, everything will work fine. So remember, on the Roland, make sure that's on tab mode. On the Behringer, make sure that's on S4, and you're good to go. So let's look at the test MIDI setup here. First I have to stop and have it running. Give it a second for the program to shut down in the background. Right? Then load up test MIDI. Right? As long as this is green, you're connected. You're good to go. Oh, the other caveat I should mention that in USB mode on the Behringer, make sure nothing is connected to the USB entry here, right? Because even though it'll look like it works on USB mode, it will not. Right? So, see here, right? Using the Behringer, it's controlling that, right? I can also take the mouse, and it will control the various sliders, right? So, let's go into the, oh, you also notice that they're kind of in pairs here, right? And then you actually want to get to the next 8 or 4 pairs of audio inputs. You hit the, or is it here, the preset button. See, it's on P1 right now. On P2, right, the next set, right, P3, next set, etc., etc. Right? So we're going to come out of this test mode and go to the TriCaster itself. Right? We hit start. You heard that normalize right there. We're going to close this. We're going to open just a random, let's see the training session here. Open that, wait for the TriCaster to go live. And this is a TriCaster 860, by the way, but this will work on just about any TriCaster that's on the market currently. Okay, let's put on the audio mixer so we can see what's going on here. Now, here's the last kind of gotcha here, right? You can move this up and down. You see like nothing is happening, right? No movement on the screen. You need to make sure that the Behringer itself is turned on. And this is the last bank here of 4 buttons, right? Turn the upper right one on, right? And you'll now see that these buttons, or sliders, faders, match what's on the screen here. So as I adjust, right, you now see, so you can see, right, they're adjusting on the Behringer, adjusting in the TriCaster interface, right? If you want to switch to, let's go all the way to P6, you'll see that all the sliders are down except for this one, because that is a headphone control. You'll see here, all the way up, all the way down, right? The one on P5, just back in, is the master volume controls. And you can control things like the solo, right? Mutes, pan and tilt with the rotary encoders up here, pan and tilt, pan of course with the rotary encoders up here, and it works. I mean, it's very simple. The BCF 2000s are very cheap, you know, under $2,000. Surprisingly durable for its cost. Metal construction, 100mm faders, and a good way to get a tactile interface for the audio controls for your TriCaster. So there you go. We have the LiveExpert LiveMixer and LiveMixer remote from 3D Storm out of Europe, with the also European, the German Behringer BCF 2000, with the very American and robust TriCaster 860. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Colin Sandy from Sandy Audiovisual. I hope this was informative and saves you a step or two should you try this product.